Pre-recorded from a winter wonderland, it's Malignant Bear, featuring me, JD Grossmitz. Hello everyone, today we're taking a quick look at the game Warm Snow, just in time for the Lunar New Year, or Chinese New Year. It's currently now the Year of the Rabbit, so we figured we'd check out one of the games from the Chinese New Year sale on Steam. This game had some pretty high marks, it looked interesting, and some of the reviews drew me to it, so I figured we'd do a quick look on it while I check it out myself. So, without any further ado, let's jump on in and get warm. So, here we are in the game. I've played through the very brief tutorial just to get to this point. Some of the reviews of this game described it as Hades, but with Chinese mythology, and it sort of is that. If Hades was a bit more simplistic and had hardly any writing in it, it's Hades in the sense that it's an isometric action roguelike, which is fine. It's pretty good and fun. I can see why it has such high reviews. Everything about it's pretty solid, pretty competent, other than the maybe lack of tutorials and lack of story and writing. But as far as a game, for gameplay purposes, it's pretty fun. So we're here in the little hub world. We can see some of the things that I've unlocked already. It's not a whole lot. Like I said, I just did the tutorial and died. I died to a pig. Just a random pig, not even a boss. So we unlock some things. So every relic that we have can benefit either your core abilities, your agility, and something else. I can't even remember now. So you can see the text kind of runs over itself there. You can equip 4 of these at once, 4 different relics. So 1 for each of the 4 slots we see here on the right-hand side. And there's different rarities of them too, it seems like. Or I guess, maybe not rarities so much as different levels of power. Like this one is significantly better than some of the other ones we found. I'm not entirely sure what sealing does. Like I said, there was a tutorial. It didn't tell me a whole heck of a lot. So this, of all the story bits, there's a decent amount of them, 44, but they're all very short and they don't really say a whole lot. And there's some kind of wonky translations as well. It's also the long-term progression thing, where this gigantic woman will let you put your red things into a passive skill tree. So have your basic defensive, offensive, and kind of utility stuff here. Finish that off, though. Here's us. If we have a name, I don't know what it is. You can dash. There's basically no cooldown on it, which is good. Swing your sword. You can equip and find other weapons. And you have all these swords following you, and you can shoot them out at things. If they hit enemies, they will get stuck in them. And in one of my runs, I got a bunch of abilities that made my swords do more damage, or I did more damage when I had swords, or when I didn't, or enemies took more damage when they had swords in them, which was kind of neat. And as you can see, you can draw them back to you as well. You can run and just pick them up, or recover them that way. The story of the game, from what I can tell, is that 4 lesser gods tried to trick the Dragon Emperor, and he got back at them by making it snow. But if you touch the snow, it turns you evil. So everybody that's in here has avoided the snow. Any voice acting is in Chinese. There's not too many NPCs or anything. This seems to be another kind of longer-term progression mechanic. I haven't gotten any of those things yet. But you have to go up here to get started, so we will worship. And we want to pick our starting ability and then go off. Shooting a flying sword boosts the damage of your next melee. That's pretty good. Instead of shooting a sword, you now shoot a powerful flying sword to the front when you make a melee attack. Boring. So you get to pick your starting ability there, and then go off into the world. So you always have to start at the same place, at least from what I can tell. Maybe you unlock more later. game looks decent though. It has kind of a almost like a scroll-like kind of scroll arts sort of style. So you go through, you kill everything in a room, and then you get to pick where you want to go from there. So again, sort of standard action roguelike stuff here. As you get further along, enemies telegraph their attacks a little bit less, so you have to think a little bit more. The prologue is pretty much a free win. Even on my first attempt, I got through it without taking any damage. So, and of course I ruined it now. But we get to select a new skill, so we found a book at the end of this room. There's a couple different icons that can appear to let you know what's going to be in a room. I'm not entirely sure what they mean yet, and they're not explained at all. I have figured out that the book is this, though. Okay, upon landing melee damage, increase flying sword damage. Upon dealing flying sword damage, increase your melee damage. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, we'll do that one. So there's a red skull or a blue thing. Let's go with red skull. Why not? So again, we can go and pick up our swords if we want to. Dang. Oh, that's... wow, okay. There's different rarities of weapons, and we already have the highest ranked one, I think. I haven't seen anything higher than legendary, although I don't know what it would be. Seems pretty good. Alright, so all weapons do the same, like, base damage. It's basically just whatever passives they have is the most important thing. Let's go with this one. I assume heart is just healing. Obviously you have a timer up there in the top right. And some other currency, souls or whatever. At one point I did find a shop where I could spend them. But it was just for things for that run. A whole bunch of souls there. There's lots of gore in this game. Uh-oh. Probably from that wolf. That wolf probably caused that. Oop. Who knew? Just pick up all our swords here. The swords can do damage when they get called back to you as well. You can heal. You can see we have some little gourds up there in the top left above our health. Easy. Take an elixir. Alright, so you can see we have core, power, agility, and skill. That's what they were. So here we have our first actual item, and we can see what it possibly increases. So when we sheath or call in our swords, we can get oiling, increase the damage of your next melee attack. Or just basic attack speed. Final blow on melee is 10% chance to deal more damage. Deal 5 melee attacks to a bleeding enemy. I guess we'll get this, because we don't have the ability to make things bleed, and those other ones were not very good. You can also swap these around whenever you want to, which is kind of interesting. Alright, Cold Blood can be triggered by a flying sword now. Increase chance to trigger Cold Blood. Upon sword pickup, attack and movement speed are both increased. What's that? Not as good as what we have. So you can recycle things.
老头子给你安排了新任务，事不宜迟，准备动身了。
So whenever you finish a little chapter, go on to this kind of little hub area. And then from here you get, you know, you can find some more NPCs and they'll have stuff here for you. Let's see, blue souls, 1 random relic, 1 random weapon. We need more relics. Alright, gain a shield equal to your max HP. All attack. Shield equal to max HP for 0.5 seconds. That's pretty good. So we don't have to do anything. Just magically get a shield. So this is a guy we found earlier. Now he's just hanging out here in our little camp between chapters. But yeah, again, kind of fairly standard roguelike stuff. Whenever we die and we lose everything, then that's it. You just get to, if you've gotten any of those red things, you can, you know, buy some of the long-term upgrades, but for the most part, you just lose it all. Next stop, the Swine Town. Scroll of Pig. More wolves, of course, and here we get some of our first zombie enemies. Wouldn't be a video game without those. And Red Skull. We have a mini-boss here. So from what I can tell, from having done a couple runs now, it seems like there's some set tile sets, but what's in them is varied. Like, this level is always going to look like this, but the enemies that spawn and things are going to be a little different. Not much, but like, you're always going to get, you know, these evil pigs and zombies. But how many spawn and where they spawn seems to be a little different. Alright, oop. So even already we can see enemies choreograph their attacks a little bit less than they did before. What do we have here? Man, we go really fast there, huh? Okay, max HP, all attack, all defense, but you can't dash. Ooh. Gonna be bold. Gross. See, we have a ton of health now. Alright. Yeah, throwing swords is very effective. And I can already see, even just from the little bit that I've played, some potential in terms of builds, which is cool. Maybe not quite as much potential as some other games in the genre, but it could just be because it's quite early, so. Like Hades and Devil Slayer, I think, are a little bit more in-depth than this is, in terms of what's in them, but I'm enjoying this for what it is, for sure. It's pretty cheap as well. And they also added a whole bunch of content to it for free relatively recently, from what I saw. Let's see. Extra damage, extra attack speed, legendary relic drop chance, enemies with drunk take extra damage. You have both fiery saltpeter and key herb. When dealing damage, you have 10% chance to summon 3 flaming tornadoes. Oh my god. That sounds cool. I want that. I heard a pig still. Not for long. I don't know what happens if we leave without having our swords back. I've never tried it. Let's go this way, though. Can't leave any swords behind, of course. Sometimes you can find things when you destroy stuff in the level. Not too often, though. Mostly you just find achievements for destroying stuff in the level. because video games. Keep forgetting I can't dash. Which is terrible against enemies that can. So I guess blue thing is this? Yeah? Okay. See, we're learning. Outside the swine pension. Just racking that guy. So you get pretty strong pretty fast, which is cool. 10% chance to gain a shield equal to 20% of your HP. Yes! Get them swords back. It's actual guys. Not just pigs. So now we have to go down in the cellars. The secret tunnels.
这次又给我带什么惊喜来了？
Where the giant woman is again. And this is where we spend our resources. Receive 1 random quality mechanical nozzle, blood fungus, millennium ice. Get some healing.
这就走了吗？
I imagine I might get more out of the story if I could understand what she was saying, but I do not.
啊，不喜欢吗？
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, you gotta go fast. That one's pretty obvious.
哦，太棒了！再给我更多的灵魂。
So we can do some ice damage, but our sword's on fire, so we can't do that. That wouldn't be very good. But you can see here some of the abilities and things that you can get, which is neat. Might as well go with that one, because we don't have anything in that slot. Actually, I have enough.
啊，不喜欢吗？
We can deal flame damage now. That would be good. It's only a chance. Can't dash, so that doesn't help us. Tough call here. We have that. Might as well heal as well, and then go on from here to the first mini-boss. The actual one. Giant pig, so you can see some of our swords are stuck in him now. Pick up some other ones. Destroy some of these poor people who are dead in here. There's plenty of auto aim on the flying swords move, which is cool. Oof. If I could only dash. That might have been a poor idea there. So we cut off one of his heads. Oh, he's throwing things at us. They're spitting stuff, I guess. I don't want to know. Drink up here. Flying swords let you cheese fights a little bit because you can just keep picking them up. Just kind of play it safe. avoid stuff, wait until the cooldown is up. Oop. There we go. Spit more gross things at us. We win in the end, it doesn't matter. See some more skills here. Move faster. We need to be able to move faster. Epic. Obviously, epic is less than legendary. It only has 3 things. We'll use it for a split second, just so we can see. It's still all the same kind of general attack patterns and everything, the same level of damage. You do have stats and stuff here. You can see, still do, 14 damage. Still the same range and all that. Which is fine. Let's see. This is kind of worthless to us. That's where that guy was before. Heal now. But yeah, this is pretty much the game. Obviously, as you go a little further, you might see some different tile sets, different enemies, and a whole bunch more items and relics and little bits of lore and things. But it's pretty fun for what it is. Like I said, nothing super special or stand out about it. That like really elevates it over some others in the genre. Again, if you have Hades, you're probably just going to play Hades. But, if you want a version of that in a different setting, I think you can do a whole lot worse than this. So, let's see. We will actually we'll die on purpose, just so we can see what that looks like. A red thing. Die to the boss. If we can find it. There's plenty of other things in here to kill us, though. There we go. You look important. I'm not very committed to their job. But we are. That's why we're putting out videos even when we can't stream. Any day now. In the options, you can actually choose what it says when you die, which I think is kind of interesting. I just kept it on loss. But here, we respawn and we have 1 red thing, so we can spend it. And then we go back to the hub world, and that's pretty much it. Let's see. Distill an elixir. Seems pretty good, so we're gonna keep going with that. And here we are, right back where we started. We can double check our relics. We've gotten a few more now. Again, I'm not entirely sure what sealing them does. I think maybe it makes it so they don't spawn. Maybe you can get rid of some of the crappy ones. We did not get any more lore, and that's just to go visit her again. But yeah, this is warm snow. It's perfect for these cool winter months if you're in the northern hemisphere. Or I guess it's perfect for those hot summer months if you're in the southern hemisphere because it's warm snow. What are the odds? Anyway, yeah, I'm enjoying it for what it is. Like I said, nothing too crazy, but I think worth checking out if you enjoy action roguelikes and you want one in this setting. You can do a whole lot worse than this. So, anyways, hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, have a good one.